we're about to wrap up spooky season. So on this episode of Playlog, we're talking about our favorite indie horror games. Hey everybody, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast we talk all things indie gaming. My microphone's far away from my mouth. But of course I can't talk indie games alone because that would be super boring. So I've got my partner in crime, the Playdesk Kid themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie? Welcome back. How you doing?
Thank you. I was pretty sad to miss out on last week's fun because it looked like the two of you had a blast. But I'm happy to be back. And also, I noticed something. The people who make Rift of the Necrodancer made a post that you didn't react to, and it's announcing the next character that's going to be introduced.
Oh no!
And it looks a bit familiar.
Oh no!
And I think you might be excited.
What, TikTok? Where were they?
Instagram.
Yes. Oh no! I can't do this. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up my Instagram. However, I got immediately horny art, so I'm like, let me scroll down first. So that's not what people see. Actually, hold on. Let me search first because I don't know what's gonna be in my search history either. So let's do this. It's okay. It's all D&D friends. Let's get this and a horny account. Yeah, glad I checked. Shoot, what's the dev team?
Let me check because I don't know. Brace Yourself Games.
I do that. Brace Yourself Games. Hold on, team. Hold on. Breaking news. Is it? Hold on. Oh no, I can see this in the way. Look at the fucking boy. Go over here. Hold on. He's gonna be. Is that fucking? What is this? That's not Rift Necrodancer.
That's not, no.
Look at him! I had no idea. I gotta get back into Rift Necrodancer. Is it coming soon? Out now? Is it? Why am I not following them? That's why I didn't see it.
It's coming soon, I guess.
Yo,
because they haven't officially announced it. They just announced this image.
That's exciting. I want to play because I played like quite a bit when I got my key and then covered it that week and didn't get a chance to go back. And I know since then they've added. I think they added a Celeste pack. Yeah, they did. And Super Meat Boy. If there was anything else, I hadn't seen it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but. Fucking Shovel Knight, dude. A fucking Shovel Knight. Wait, did they Pizza Tower? Yes, there's Super Meat Boy. There is art of Pizza Tower, but I don't know if that's just art.
Everhood has been involved as well.
Has it? Yo, shit. Go Everhood.
Pizza Tower.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was like, art or like actual. This is cool. I love this. I love that they were going to have like a rhythm game. Oh, what have here? Is this a shit ton of new characters? I don't think I think there's just Necrodancer characters as opposed to other indie characters. Unless this one with the little crown reminds me of what's her face from what's the anime game everyone plays? I
don't know.
Genshin Impact is one of the AA.
Oh, that would be sick.
Maybe. Who knows? I don't Genshin like that. I was more of a ZZZ and I got really bored of that really fast. But Shovel Knight's coming to Necrodancer, baby. Let's go. Yeah. All right, I can close Instagram where all the horny shit is. Sorry, guys. You guys can't see that. Professional content here, okay? But while we're sitting here thinking and bopping, this is a great time to remind you that this is Playlog Podcast, a weekly podcast. We talk about indie games, news, reviews, and whatever we choose. If you enjoy what we do here, be sure to show us some support by doing a few very simple things, such as liking the video if you're watching this on YouTube, or leaving that glorious 5-star review if you're listening on audio platforms. It's simple, but it goes a long way in helping the show. You can also be a part of the show by writing in and asking us your questions or recommending your favorite indie games. Just use the Google form in the description of every episode and have your opinions be heard. Now, on to a bit of housekeeping really quick. Quick reminder, if you like watching me play make-believe with a bunch of my hot D&D friends, then boy, do I have the show for you. You know, at some point, I feel like I should just do, hey guys, here's a TTRPG block, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, here's what's happening, see you later. Because I'm sure people are like, hot D&D friends, maybe. And then they come over and they're like, wait, you do have hot D&D friends. I'm like, I know, they're all so smoking hot.
Have hot D&D friends.
God damn, let me tell you, man, they're so fucking fine. It's not fair. Like, Kuja's like, you want to play My Hero Academia? I'm like, sure. And then they're like, look at these people, like, fuck. Damn. I didn't know how people played these games. And then everyone started playing the games. Like, damn, everyone's so fucking fine. Shit. Anyway, I digress. But boy, do I have a show for you. This week, we won't have our typical Thursday night game on Crit Hit Chronicles, but we are doing a fundraising stream for Cujo, trying to get him out to PAX Unplugged this year, over on Captain Robert's channel on Friday night. It is a Halloween special where the story is Dillard Cobblerpot has hired us, the Ghost Rustlers, to help take care of his increasingly prevalent problem with spirits from the afterlife. I'll be playing a plasmoid fighter who is always taken care of by his much larger warlock girlfriend. The cast includes myself, LB Hackamup, Cujo Plays Games, Daniel the DM, and Laura Obo as the famous Ghost Rustlers, and the whole game will be run by Captain Robert. So, if you aren't doing any trick-or-treating this year, be sure to come hang out on twitch.tv/Captain Robert. That is Captain ROBEAR. We don't have a concrete time yet. I did ask beforehand. I didn't get a message back yet, but it sounds like we're like 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern is the idea. And then, of course, there's the actual sitting down and the counting. So, like 8:15 to 9:15 p.m.-ish is probably the good window. Unless happened to ramble and I just checked that I got a message, a message, by the way. Nope, no message. All right, that's it. That's all I got right now. Friday night, though. It's going to be fun. I'm very excited. I get to play a plasmoid fighter. I heard fighters are boring. I remember liking Salzine when I played him. Either here or there. You get the point. Another quick reminder. Did you update that for me? Cool. I was like, did I change that?
Yeah.
Another quick reminder, next week is officially Extra Life season, and the boys and I will be doing our annual 24-hour live stream from our new location, my basement. We'll have a lot more space and a lot more fun, including more egg smashing, more D&D, more gaming, more raising money for the kids of the Penn State Health Children's Hospital of Hershey, Pennsylvania. We'll also be joined by our good buddy Wes, as well as Mal, aka Moxie Blue from Rediscovery RPG, which you guys happened to catch last night as of recording, a couple nights ago as of this episode being posted. We did our Scooby-Doo mystery business episode. That was very fun. Chat really liked Bingo the Cat. It was a great time. I'm excited for some clips to get made. But yes, Mal will be joining us as well. So be sure to come out on November 8th to twitch.tv/CGDannyB to catch 24 hours of chaos and insanity and help us raise money for the Big Beautiful Kids timestamp. Woo! Housekeeping complete, baby.
Nice.
Now, Tofr, normally we're like, quick indie news. We haven't done so much lately because I mean, there's always indie news, but it's just like, what's new, what's happening in the space. This was posted like an hour before we sat down to record, so I got some news to share. This one comes from, it's technically on the Dontnod website, but it's like a financial thing, and I don't know how to really read that, so I'm just going to stick with the fucking Twitter post. From Wario64, quote, Dontnod announces the signing of a development agreement with Netflix for the creation of a new narrative video game based on a major IP. Through this agreement, Dontnod will develop a new narrative experience that builds on the studio's recognized expertise in the genre. And then there's like a screenshot of the fucking, the launch on October 23rd of Lonesome Guild, something, the second half of There's a bunch of shit and stuff about Netflix and Montreal studios. But, hey, Dontnod's working on a thing. How you feel about that?
I'm always excited when Dontnod's working on a thing.
Yeah.
Especially, like, they didn't mention if it was a Netflix IP in particular or just a major IP. That has me really curious because they've usually worked with, like, the worlds that they've created themselves. Mm-hmm. So seeing them adapt something, I'm really interested in seeing that.
Yeah, 100%. I think the comments are mostly just like, oh, it's Life is Strange, which I won't be mad. If it's a new Life is Strange, I won't complain. I enjoy Life is Strange a lot. Give me back Alex, though, from True Colors. She's my favorite. So let's go back to that one. However, I like to think outside of the realm that, yeah, this would be a Netflix IP as opposed to like, oh, Netflix is publishing Life is Strange. There's a good chance that is happening, but I like to think bigger than that. I like to think other ideas. So, like, do you have a Netflix show that you would want to see Dontnod tackle in a game like Life is Strange?
There's one particular IP that I would like to see, even though I haven't seen the movie yet, but just K-pop Demon Hunters would make such a cool game, I think. Oh,
I didn't even think that. That is a good one.
And especially considering how popular that IP is right now. Yeah. It would be nice to see them jump on that.
That does make a shit ton of sense, honestly, if that's what they wanted to do. Because they're working on, 2 or 3 more movies, I think, at this point. So if they're doing that, and then along with it a game. Oh, interesting. Because I guess when I think K-pop Demon Hunters, I think of like a Platinum Games, Devil May Cry, hack and slash, type of game. But seeing like a Life is Strange, like, style, or a Life is Strange styled K-pop Demon Hunter game sounds really cool. I immediately thought of some of their like legacy stuff. I recently started rewatching Black Mirror, trying to catch up on that and seeing like if they're doing an episodic that it is like 5 different anthology episodes of different who knows what's going to happen and not necessarily all being tied to one another. Just boom, things are happening. Also, I think Stranger Things makes a lot of sense. Just being like, we do one of these with another character in the universe, and we're just going through the story and choosing the blah blah blahs. And I think those could both be fun. But K-pop Demon Hunter is the exciting one. I like that idea. That sounds really fun,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm here for
that. I did think about Stranger Things as well, especially because I think they're not done milking that IP yet.
No.
But with all of the kids growing older, it becomes hard to keep that going.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. Also, I don't know, maybe it's too late to do this, but I think it would be interesting to see an Orange is the New Black.
Okay, so I thought about that too. I really like Orange is the New Black. I never finished it. I didn't get to watch the last season because I think it was a weird, didn't have Netflix time and I just never got around to it. Orange is the New Black would be very fun. I like that one.
Yeah.
There are other old ones like Sense8 is such a weird niche one. Me and my roommate loved that in college. Apparently season 2 is not very good and that's why I got canceled. But season 1 was bizarre and I loved it. Along with there's another one I was just thinking of. I mean, like there's something like You. I haven't watched You yet, so I don't know if that's one that's like game capable, like turning that into a game. But I guess no like idea. I think he's a stalker. I think
so.
Yeah. Someone's gonna have to tell me about You. I know my buddy Wes has seen it. And he likes it, but I know nothing about it. But then
Can you imagine if it was something like Emily in Paris?
I have no idea what that one is. Is that the animated one?
Oh, no.
No, Emily in Paris.
Just Google it.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this one.
I think that's a Netflix IP.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm not familiar with Emily in Paris. Is it like a drama? Is it a comedy? I don't know what I'm looking at here.
I think it's more of a comedy.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I haven't watched any of it yet.
Oh, yeah. I don't know this one. There was a point in time where you could watch every Netflix original anything and be like, oh, yes, I've seen that. And then they're like, by the way, there's 90 a year. I'm like, I don't know what else on here. Like Kimmy Schmidt's one I know of but haven't seen. I used to work with a guy who was in love with it. And I'm like, cool, I'm glad you like it. But like, it'd be funny if we had a Kimmy Schmidt game as Life is Strange.
That would be cool. The thing is, we're thinking of Dontnod making a Life is Strange type of game, but maybe they're doing something completely different with
It's true.
IP.
It's true. They could
They
doing.
They have made very different games in the past couple of years.
Yeah, Vampire.
Just thinking of Jusant and stuff like that.
Jusant, yeah. Interesting. I think then you're just like, oh, they could do anything with anything. You're like, all right, well, what would Dontnod do? But yeah, there's so many options. There's so many things they could do, would do.
I would be surprised if they went back to Life is Strange because I don't think that Square Enix would give up that IP just that easily.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I guess that would. Yeah. But also, because if we're thinking they're not doing Life is Strange, they're doing whatever. Because I wouldn't think of the comments just being like, yeah, Life is Strange. Like, no, I guess that's a Deck 9 mostly thing at this point. Yeah, IPs are weird. Who knows what? I'm assuming with them working with Netflix like, cool, do this. Do the thing you've done before with this IP and have a good time with it, is my guess. But
just please, for the love of God, don't limit the release to just Netflix subscribers.
No, don't do that. We can't be doing
that. Because that would suck.
Yep. Don't be doing that, team. Bad idea. Put it on your platforms. Put it everywhere. But sick. Timestamp. That's what Dontnod be up to these days. Fingers crossed that's a cool whatever Netflix IP game. Which means we're on to the topic of the show. And Tofr, it's spoopy season. We're in the last week here of October. Time to talk about some horror stuff. And today we're just going to go down the list. We love our list episodes. And we're going to talk about our favorite horror indie games. Not much more than that. It's really all we're doing. Horror games that we like, whatever reason. Yeah, we'll do our ramblies as we do. So Tofr, you want to start and give us one of your favorite horror games?
I can start off for sure. Yeah. The first game that I would talk about is one of the... It's not easy calling this a horror game per se, even though it deals with horrific elements. It's Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, baby.
this is mostly a horror game because it's like it has this gothic setting, this almost Lovecraftian setting even, where you go dungeon diving in a turn-based combat system, and you have to explore this is it the Haunted Mansion? I can't remember. It's been a while since I played the first one.
It's been a day or two, yeah.
But it's all about battling forces that you might not be able to handle and making the best out of a bad situation. So each time you enter a run, you have 4 heroes that you select, and they go into the dungeons trying to make it to the end. But there's a couple of ways that they can fail. They can die, as is wont to happen in video games, but they can also go crazy. It's a really cool system where not just it's not just about the damage that you take, but also about how your heroes' personalities affect what's going on, and how they deal with the horrors that they are facing. The highlight for me in this game is the artwork. I think it looks brilliant. It reminds me of the Mike Mignola Hellboy comics.
Okay, yeah.
With its thick black lines, and like the very shadowy figures. It has really the gameplay is really, I can't find the word. What's the word? Addictive. That's the word.
There you go. Fun.
It has very addictive gameplay because, like, when you die or your team doesn't make it, you go back to your homestead and try to set out for a new run. But you have to select. You can select heroes that you've used before if they didn't die, or you select new heroes. And again, the combination of personalities will really influence how your run will go. The thing is, you will die a lot. This is a game that's hardly made to be won. It's all about the experience of trying to get as far as you can go. But it's such a special experience. I love the second game as well, even though that one's more of a roguelike. But I prefer the first one because it just nailed that atmosphere so much.
Yeah.
It draws you in. Like, if you play this late at night with most of the lights off, you're gonna be sucked into that world of Darkest Dungeon, and that's what makes it a classic to me.
Yeah, Darkest Dungeon is one of those games that I've, like, so many friends have played and they all love it. And I remember, like, when it launched, there was like, it's the Dark Souls of something. In comparison, I'm like, it doesn't sound like my cup of tea. And I always know people love it. It always looks like visually such a vibe. I do enjoy it a lot. I don't think it's ever one that at this point in time I'm ever going to be like, yeah, I got to finally dive into Darkest Dungeon. But I do love and appreciate how much people love and appreciate it. I think it always looks dope. And, you know, just seeing the fans who always want to go back and just replay it, whether it's 1 or 2, whatever the case is. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon is just one of those, like, household names for indies that people really dig. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Red Hook Studios, the people who made the game, are also involved with the AAA initiative, so we wouldn't have that without them either.
Looking real ones, dude. Out here making the best games we can get, dude. Yeah, I'm excited for whatever Darkest. I mean, like, do we have any word? Or we, like, 2 like just happened, but like, it's 3 of things. We know what Red Hook's working on next. Or they?
I think they're still working on content for 2.
Okay. Bet.
I think they're working on updates like DLC and stuff.
Okay.
Let me check if they said anything. Yeah, they just posted about a new update coming in hot.
Ooh, how long ago was that?
That was on the 24th, so a couple of days ago.
Was there a thing I missed here? I was pulling up a trailer for my next game. I was like, oh, hold on here. Wait a minute. I didn't pay attention to this thing that's happening. I don't know what this is. I'll worry about that later. Bet. Timestamp. So I do not play a lot of horror. Typically what'll get me into horror is like the mascot horror games, you know, your Poppies, I would hesitate to even say FNAF because that one's not my cup of tea, but the ones that's like, hey, check it out. We have a cool mascot that's going to chase you around and kill you all the time. Like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Chat would like that. And of course, I thought about including Poppy on this list, and I think so far of the chapters, they've been like 50-50 hit or miss, where I'm like, this one was really fun. This one bothered the hell out of me. This one was really buggy. So I didn't want to include Poppy. But of course, we're not talking Poppy Playtime. You're talking about the other really popular mascot horror game, and that is Bendy and the Ink Machine. I'm a sucker for this one. This was probably like my second or third Let's Play that I did on YouTube a while back.
Oh, wow.
It was still like insanely episodic at the time. When it dropped, it was only the first 2 episodes, and then I was recording episode 3's out, let's do the whole Let's Play and everything. I fell in love with the style in the realm where we just had Cuphead, and I was like, oh, I love the rubber hose, everything else going on. And then the whole idea was, it is an abandoned animation studio. You're working at Joey Drew Studios, and you're going back to visit this place, and something's going on. The ink's coming to life. And there's this giant machine that's kind of causing everything to happen. But you're going through the memories of episodes of Bendy with Angel and Boris as some of the side characters. And like, what did they go through? But like, what does the animated version of them versus this weird out of page version that you're running into version of them turn into? Going back and looking at the first couple of chapters and how simple they were, where it really was like, oh, you walk and there's a little bit of horror, but you're not doing too much of the scary stuff. And then seeing where it evolved in like Dark Revival. I think Bendy as a franchise is something that sits near and dear to me. And though I can be critical of like, this could have been stronger. Like, I think the end of Dark Revival is fairly weak. Just in terms of gameplay. Okay. I think they do some cool stuff like narratively. I'm like, oh, check this out. And then you just do this big moment that's very like, press a button and then press another button and then maybe press that first button again, and you might do some stuff just repeatedly. I'm like, it's kind of lame, kind of boring, but that's okay. I enjoy Bendy stylistically. I think the characters are cool. I like seeing people get excited for Bendy. I say people, kids get excited for Bendy. Like when I still worked at GameStop when this game was releasing at first, and kids like, do you guys have the Bendy toys? I'm like, which ones, kid? And like I point them at the wall, and there's the plushes, there's the blind boxes, like, yeah, all of it. And they like got to convince mom to buy him 2 things. Like, we'll get you one. Like, mom, I need all of it. I need all the Bendy stuff. I need it all. I don't think Bendy holds that same power like it did in 2018. I think 2017, somewhere in that ballpark. I guess it wouldn't be 17 because that would have been Cuphead. 2018, 2019, someone don't know.
2017.
2017. Damn, look at me go. But yeah, I like Bendy. I think Bendy's super fun. I'm excited for whatever is next. And that's where I saw this trailer here that was like, new trailer for Bendy Lone Wolf. I don't know if this is a new Boris game. I've not seen this yet. Scrub a little bit.
Coming 2025?
Yeah. This came out 10 days ago. Trying to see. Oh, it's like a top-down corridor kind of guy. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. It released in August.
Released in August?
Yeah.
But this trailer came out 10 months ago, not 10 days ago. Crazy. That makes way more sense. I was like, wow, they don't have a lot of time left. Bet. Okay, cool. Yeah, I hadn't heard about this one. I know there was another, I think it was like a Temple Run clone that was on mobile for Boris. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know that game.
Okay.
Bendy Campus Crush. What is this?
All of this Bendy things.
Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, this is like a dating sim? Hold on. There's a lot of Bendy stuff I didn't know existed. I like the main games and like the Boris one. Okay, hold on. There's stuff. All right. Anyway, but yeah, Bendy. I really like Bendy. I think it's probably my favorite mascot horror. I don't think it's the best one. I think there's areas where it lacks, but I still like the vibe. I like the world they build. So Bendy, it's a good time.
Yeah, I haven't played any of those games yet, but I like the look of them.
Yeah.
The visual style is something. It's like you mentioned. It's reminiscent of something like Cuphead.
Yeah.
And that really draws me in. It's got that early Mickey Mouse vibe.
Damn right.
Which I really like.
Yeah, we love it. Bendy. You get a little bit of Steamboat Willie vibes in there, and then sometimes there's just little animated cutscenes in between. They're like, oh look, they did the thing. How cute. We love it. But yeah, that's Bendy. Tofr, what else you got for us?
Well, I'm not the biggest horror game player either, like you mentioned. But one of my favorite games of all time, even though I don't think I put it in my top 10 when we did that, is the Oxenfree games.
Okay. Yeah.
I simply adore the walking around, talking to each other, and figuring out what the hell is going on. Night School Studios has made something really special with these games.
Mm.
In the first one, you are part of a group of friends who travel to an island for like an end of year party, I guess.
Yeah.
Or spring break party. I don't know.
Sounds right.
And you accidentally open up some kind of rift, which is something you maybe shouldn't do.
We've all been there before, guys. Am I right? Just accidentally open up rifts.
I guess so. And yeah, this game isn't about like scaring you with jump scares and stuff like that. It's more about the atmosphere, the general vibe of the game. It's just expertly written, which is what makes it one of my favorite games. The dialogue between the teenagers, it feels like you're really hanging out with a bunch of teens. And it's interesting to find out how they deal with what is basically something inexplicable.
Yeah.
You're picking up these radio signals, and there's people talking to you through these signals, and I won't spoil what's going on, but it's so well done, especially when the second game then comes round and brings everything together. When you go back to the island, I think it's 5 years later.
Okay.
5 years after the events of Oxenfree, when Riley comes back to her hometown and finds these same mysterious radio signals, and I won't go any further than that with my explanation, because I'd be going into spoiler things.
Yeah.
But it really gets tied together beautifully. And as much as I would like another Oxenfree game, I think they've left it with a great full circle thing going on. A thing I loved particularly was that when they were working on the second game, they started making changes to the first game.
Oh.
Now, I didn't back then I didn't dive back into the first game because I couldn't find the time.
Sure.
But I like how they started like laying the foundations for the second game within the first game.
Okay.
Years after the release of the first game. Yeah, it's really cool. The dialogue, I love the dialogue system in this, because you get like 3 choices, but they're like thought bubbles on top of your head, and you have to select which one you want to use. Again, the writing in this dialogue is fantastic. The world building is phenomenal. I really love the whole radio signal stuff. It's become pretty iconic, I think, with like the triangular rifts that appear.
Yeah.
It's just one of those special games that I feel doesn't get talked as much about as it should.
Yeah, no, you're right. I've yet to play Oxenfree. I've had Oxenfree 1 installed on my PlayStation. I think it's one of those ones that I never uninstall because I'm going to play this soon. But like, what is soon? And the next thing we knew, like they announced 2. I'm like, I got to get back to this. I just haven't had the time. I have played After Party. I played through that one when it was on Game Pass, and I'm a big fan of that one. I think it was the hope of let me do After Party, and that itch gets me into Oxenfree. And I think I've started up Oxenfree probably on 5 or 6 separate occasions, and it's just been, this is great. I'm excited to sit back down for another session, and then just who knows what else falls onto my plate. So yeah, I definitely want to play Oxenfree. I would like to play Oxenfree. When? Someday, mother. Someday. Who knows? Maybe once I retire. But
that's not anytime soon.
You don't know that. I might retire tomorrow.
Okay.
I won't. I can't retire tomorrow. I can't. I hope and dream. But yeah, I think Oxenfree is one of those. It's weirdly like popularly niche, you know, where like I think a lot of people know about Oxenfree, but not a lot of people have played Oxenfree. I mean, compared to other indies, I'm sure plenty of people have played Oxenfree. But like, if people are like, I've heard some talk about it.
If you look at the Steam reviews, it's not that many people. The first game only has about 7,000 reviews.
Wow.
And the second one doesn't even have 2,000. So
damn, yeah. And this is the weird thing, right, where I think about like, yes, Steam reviews so the people who sat and said, oh, cool, let me actually leave the review as opposed to just bought it, right? And then I think like, I think both of these were the cross-platform release. So actually, was Oxenfree a weird one that was like just Netflix and then came to other things? Oxenfree 2?
I think it released on PC immediately.
Okay. Yeah, then, as a release, is it still just PC or is it still on everything yet? Oxenfree 2.
That's a good question. Let me check.
I don't know if it's ever made to like PlayStation or whatnot. These Oxenfree.
It is PlayStation, Switch, and PC.
No Xbox? Get taken down, Xbox, you green boys. Can't play over here. Should we see if Oxenfree comes to Xbox? Yeah, nothing. Damn. That's weird, man. Just trying to guess which one's going to come out where. They'd be doing that. But yeah, I really like After Party, and so I have like reason to believe I'll enjoy Oxenfree. Maybe not for all the same reasons, but at least the gameplay loops and everything. Yeah, I'm excited to eventually dream about trying to maybe potentially put time into playing Oxenfree.
Maybe if we someday manage to get the book club back.
Yeah,
this could be a book club game.
Could be time for it. Would work. Be into it. As long as no Kentucky Route Zero, you know what I mean? Like,
It's not. I promise.
Thank God. Can't do that again. But bet, yeah,
that's the real horror game.
Yeah, honestly, I was waiting for number 5, but Kentucky Route Zero. It's not scary. It's just scarily bad. And let me tell you more. I was talking about this week with someone. We were talking about the book club. And I was like, it was great. Like, oh no, it's because the TikTok not popping off, but like I was getting notifications that people were liking the Oxenfree video. I was like, oh, let me rewatch this. And they're like, Tofr, I don't think within a chapter of a game I've ever regretted anything more in my life. And then so he was like, what? I was like, yeah, man, I hated this. Good times. Totally unrelated. Just got an Instagram DM. Might have a dev interview early next year. We'll talk about that. That'd be cool. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Hopefully a couple of just, DMs. Crazy. Just in case I didn't timestamp already. Hey, other games exist for Horror Time. This is actually a game I'm pretty sure came out last year. If it wasn't earlier this year. Time's weird. But it's one of those, like, more unique, like, puzzly horror games that I really, really dug. Not so much... Something that will turn me off in horror is survival horror where I stand, like, no chance. Like, I think... Outlast was an example where it was just close enough where I'm like, I kind of hate this, but I still can survive. The ones that are just like, oh, you're here to get chased and die over and over and over again. I'm like, that's where I'm just really not feeling the vibe. This one is less about any actual horror, more like things are going to jump out and scare you. And there's going to be threats to your survival mentally, but not like nothing's going to kill you. And this game is called Cabin Factory. I got a key for it, like I said, I think last year or this year, what it was. But you are working in, but yeah, you are trying to get like 7 or 8 in a row of correct answers to good or bad cabins. And some of them get crazier than others. Some actually would leave like cutscene and crazy moments. Some are just like, if I go around this corner, oh my God, there's a person dangling from the ceiling. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, you won't at it, but I hit the wrong button, so I had to restart my account, etc. But yeah, I think Cabin Factory is a cool one. Like I said, I got it on Steam, and I thought about getting on PlayStation, try and go for the platinum. I don't know what the trophies look like, but yeah, I think it's a good afternoon horror game where you just knock out in a session and be like, cool, I've now lived the dream, and I know what it is.
Yeah. I really like the concept of this one. Like just the fact that they bring out entire cabins on a conveyor belt, like, here you go.
It's great. It's awesome. It's so simple, right? Because it's not like you're going to, we quite literally are going house to house, but you're not like leaving a facility. You're in this factory, you go within a house within the house, and as you go in, you're like, cool. This doesn't check out, back out, hit the button, a new cabin comes in. It's like the same cabin, but there will be differences or things that change or things that are happening. So you go in again, same path. All right, this isn't good, back out the door. So you aren't, it's not big exploration. It's not like you need a map to find out where do I need to go, what do I have to find, what items am I looking for. It is a lot more on the psychological side of things. But yeah, very, very cool. I like Cabin Factory. It was one where I had to like, what horror games do I like? And when I pulled up the trailer, I'm like, yeah, Cabin Factory is a good one. But yeah, timestamp. Tofr, time for another one.
Talking about more of a psychological horror thing. My next game is Slay the Princess.
Of course it is. Yeah.
The thing I wasn't sure about including this one because I'm not sure this is a horror game. I mean, it has some pretty horrific visuals at times, but
Yeah.
is it really a horror game? It's more of a psychological thriller where people keep messing with your mind.
Yeah.
Because basically, for people who don't know the game, you are tasked by a narrator to slay the titular princess. Because if you don't, it will be the end of the world.
No.
But the thing is, the narrator tells you one thing. And then depending on how you approach the princess, she will tell you something very different. If you try to talk to her, she might be very innocent and have no idea what's going on or why she's chained up in this cabin in the woods. If you go out attacking her, she's going to get all defensive and things will get bad for you. It's a really interesting experience because it messes with your mind so damn much. Again, I'm not sure I would classify this as a horror game per se, but I did want to include like something from Black Tabby Games because they are such a great developer, and I was thinking about including their other game, Scarlet Hollow, which is more of a horror game, if you ask me. It's a visual novel where you travel back to the titular Scarlet Hollow because someone in your family died and you have to go there for the funeral.
Yeah.
But things turn out to be pretty weird. But that game is still in early access. They just announced that episode 5 will be releasing in February.
Yep.
Which is cool. Before playing episode 5, it'll be worth going back to the previous 4 episodes because they've made some changes to those.
Right.
They've done some rewrites. They've added a whole ton of stuff. But yeah, Black Tabby Games are they are masters at what they make. And if I can't include Scarlet Hollow, then I have to include Slay the Princess. It's
Valid.
such a cool game.
Yeah, I was a big fan. Like when I finally got to play Slay the Princess, they did the definitive edition. Because it was one that like so many people talked about. I'm like, I will get around to this. I plan to, and then they announced here's the extra content coming to consoles. I'm like, let's give it a go. I got a key for it. I want to say Pop Agenda, but honestly, it was one of you PR teams. I appreciate all of you, except that one. You suck. But I have no one in mind, by the way. I was just causing shit. But yeah, no, I'd gotten a key for the PlayStation version and really dug it. And I, going in knowing so little about it, because I think even the trailer here, right? Like if I watch this, I'm like, oh, this doesn't even show like really what the game is. It is just like, here's a screen of an animated character talking. Right, which is in most of the gameplay, but it doesn't really show what is occurring each step of the way. Which I'm like, wow, fascinating. That like, it's one of those marketing things. Like, how do you sell someone on this? Like, this trailer is good, and knowing what comes after it, I'm like, oh yes, I would love to play like more. I know I didn't get all the endings and see everything, which there's so much more to explore in this game for me. But I'm like, man, this was a good trail that said, let's get people to play our game, and they did. And I'm like, ooh, interesting. Fascinating, because some people put out a trailer like that, it's not going to land. You're like, there's just not enough here for me to want to do it. And you're like, nah, guys, you got to do Slay the Princess. And fuck. Yeah, I loved it. I'm glad I finally got around to playing it. Another one that I'm like, would love to platinum. If I can get all the endings, I would need like a guide to see which ones I missed and go select this to do these. But it's such a dope game. Visual style is awesome. They do a bunch of cool artistry things, like without spoiling some of the things that happen. There's different characters that you see like, yo, that's sick, that's awesome. I'm like, wait a minute, mother, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Beat me down. Yeah. Huge.
Maybe just a slight content warning. If you're sensitive to gaslighting, this might not be the game for you.
Yeah, good call.
This is gaslighting the game.
Yeah, sure is, huh? It's fine. Or if you're a big fan of gaslighting, this game's just for you. Don't be big on gaslighting. Maybe there's like a storytelling element, but like, don't go gaslighting people, okay?
No, exactly.
Very bad.
Exactly.
But
I did hear a great joke about gaslighting. Did you hear this joke?
I don't know.
Yes, you did. I told you this one last week.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You thought it was hilarious.
You weren't here last week. I was like, I got it. Alley-oop, I got it. Oh, fuck it. Guys, don't gaslight people. Don't be like Tofr over here.
No.
Fucking, yeah,
that's good advice in general. Don't be like Tofr.
I had to... what was I thinking about the other day? Oh, it was the Scooby-Doo character, Bingo, in the Mystery Business game, who was like, oh, God, I don't know, Bingo is, because Bingo gaslighting? I'm being reflective of a D&D character now. I'm like, was Bingo gaslighting? Kind of a little bit.
Oh, no.
I think there was a point where, like, maybe this is more hypocritical than anything, where Bingo is just like, hey, don't hang out with that person. She's bad for you. Like, she does this. And Clara, like, the person who, like, the owner for Bingo is like, but Bingo, you do that. It's like, I do not. Do not say that. Ever disrespect me again, and I swear to God, I'll lose my mind, Clara. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll do it.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, this is more hypocrisy and being mean, less gaslighting. Yeah, Bingo's not a gaslighter. It's fine. Anywho, what are we talking about? Horror games. So this is actually one that came out earlier this year in early access. I was a big fan of it. I haven't played as much since our like one play session. It was myself, Stephanie from Boss Rush, and then Adam Gumby from Respawn Aim Fire. I sat down for an afternoon and played Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Which is this Resident Evil styled isometric survival game. It was so much fun. I definitely talked about it in the podcast when it came out, but essentially you are getting together with a squad. It is in the realm where I would hesitate to call it friend slop, but would understand if people would include in that. It's not quite the goofiness and the silliness of what friend slop typically is, but it is the proximity chat, the complete the objective, do everything with like roguelike elements to it. You go in with a squad of, I think you do 4, but I think a trailer shows mostly 3. You pick your class, and the goal is you run in, you have an objective, like, hey, go find this particular item, or go turn this power source on, or whatever. You start in a base, you pick the character, pick your weapons, you go out, you complete the run, get in the car, drive back, do it again. In our first run, we made it to the end and then got like the big final climax, which just wrecked us. But it was like a good 2-3 hours of us just playing through all the different levels and doing stuff. It was really, really fun. It's the thing of, it's horror in the way of, oh no, zombies, oh no, I'm running from monsters, and you know, the Resident Evil, like, I found 2 green leaves, which I'm going to combine to make like an actual like medicine, or you have melee combat, range combat. I was a sucker for, I think the SMG was the one that I used the most. And then, proximity chat, so you could buy walkie-talkies. So you can like, ooh, hey buddy, where you at? And you're like, yeah, I got it. We were in a Discord call, so we didn't need to use that. But typically you do want to be like, hey, I found a thing over here. What do you want to do? It's like, oh, here's the password. I found it on the wall. It's blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay, well, I have this, but I need this. You're like, okay, if you turn this upside down, got it. Solve the puzzle, move on as the team, right? I think this is a really cool party game. Party game's not a good multiplayer game to have for people who just like something that's not inherently challenging, but it is like, there is a skill level to it. It is combat, surviving, merging items, finding ammo. This is like that survival horror I'm talking about where like, oh, I have a chance to fight back. And yeah, things are going to get hairy, but like I can find weapons. I have skills. I'm leveling myself up. I'm increasing my max health. This was just a blast. In the right moment, if someone's like, hey, we're going to get together for some Whisper Mountain Outbreak again. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Because that was a blast. I really like this one.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't managed to pick this one up yet, even though I do like the look of it.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see that it has made such an impression on you that you'd include it on this list.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was just like a fun afternoon because I played it at PAX East as well. They had me play it solo, which I was like, I see this, but it just didn't feel great solo. So when we got review keys and a bunch of us hopped on, I'm like, cool. As a party, this game felt right. Like, so you can run it solo. I don't think you're meant to. You probably shouldn't. But I mean, you know, glutton for punishment, by all means, go for it. But yeah, getting together with some buddies and playing this was chef's kiss. I really like it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, Whisper Mountain. It's early access on Steam now. I don't know. I assume console ports at some point, but yeah, right now still early access. So check it out. Boom. So Tofr, you got another game to talk about?
Yes, I do. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while now, then you will have heard me talk about this one before. It's Mouthwashing. It's one of the best games from last year. It's a sci-fi horror game, but in that type of horror where like you realize that man is the worst monster.
Yep.
Basically, you're trapped on a space station. You were out to deliver something, and you crashed. The captain crashed the ship. He's now in the medical area, completely unable to move. He's this really scary looking figure that's just down there, and you play as the rest of the crew, trying to figure out how to survive, how to keep going until a rescue mission comes for you. But in the meantime, as will happen when people are locked up in small proximity with possibly no way out, things start to go terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah.
And it's so smartly written. It's presented in a really cool way. It's not like it doesn't present things in a synchronous manner. It will go back and forward. Then there's like dream state elements there. It's such a cool game, and I can't say anything more about it. It's only about 4 hours long, so saying anything more will probably spoil it too much. The best thing you can do with this game is go in blind.
Yeah.
But be prepared to be shocked.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of this one. If I got around to it, I think we got keys for the Indie Game Awards, and I was like, cool, I gotta check it out before Game of the Year. Everyone's so high on it, and a bunch of my chat had seen it, and I have a weird semi like sour taste to it, where like I still love Mouthwashing. There's nothing wrong with Mouthwashing. I think it's an intense game. Another content warning before you get into it. Like there's some intense stuff in there. But yeah, I think my chat was so like internet hungry for it, of like they watched the breakdown videos of people being like, oh well, this would mean this, and psychologically this happens, so this is what this person is feeling. And like in a first playthrough where I'm absorbing everything at once, I did a bunch of people chat like, well, I don't think Danny understands this. I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't understand what's happening. There's an implication that this person did a thing, but no one directly says that, so I can't just assume until I get otherwise. It's like, well, because I've watched 25 hours of videos, I know the answers. I'm like, well, see, now you're ruining my experience. You're making it like really rough where I don't get to just absorb this story and figure it out on my own. You're making it Danny's not intelligent enough for like media literacy. I'm like, that's not what's happening. Danny is just not assuming that something is happening until we have more about that. But like, I can assume something's happening. Obviously, this person's not happy with this person, but why are they not happy with this person? I can't just assume it's X, because X, Y, Z could, So that's the thing of like, unfortunately, every time I think of Mouthwashing, it's not that the game has been ruined for me, but there was an audience of people who made it difficult to like just love it my first time through. But that being said, I still like. What a time. I was so happy I got a chance to play it for Game of the Year time. It was in our top 10 to some capacity. I forget how it all fell together. I think it was one of the two. Did we both have Mouthwashing? It was the weird year where we both had like 10s, and I think only 2 games ever crossed over. I'm pretty sure it was Mouthwashing and Latro.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Good time. Well, pause. Not a good time.
Good time is
not a good time. It is a time. It is a great game.
It's a time.
It is not fun, which I think is such a weird like sentence we use these days, where I'm like, it's not because it's a video game. It should be fun. And like, it is. It's fun to play, but narratively it is not fun. This isn't like, I'm going to go play Mario and have a great time by jumping and squishing mushroom dudes. Like there's intense shit, but it is a great story that I think people should hear. So Mouthwashing is a good one.
It is. It's one of those games that will stay with you for quite a while after you finish it.
Yeah, big fan. So guys, play Mouthwashing. I think did that come to console? I want to say it did.
I'm not sure actually.
Mouthwashing place. I think I was playing the PlayStation trailer, so I assume. Yeah.
Consoles as well.
Yeah, see, Switch and PlayStation 5. No Xbox? Xbox. Is it not us? Greenbox, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, no, it shows Xbox on there, but there's no Xbox page.
On Wikipedia, it says Xbox. Oh, wait, it hasn't released on consoles yet. It's supposed to come out in 2025, but
I see. Well, interesting. This is yeah, because even the post I see the show, yeah, they show PlayStation, Xbox, Switch sales top 500,000. Hey, it's on Steam. Check it out there if you have PC. It looks like it should be coming to console. It's just not there yet. But stay tuned. Timestamp. Tofr. Speaking of last year indies, right? There was this dope indie that I think a lot of people in our space loved, but I don't think was the most like resounding. Hey, everyone, check this thing out. And the game is called Grunn. It is this first-person botany sim horror experience that I think is super dope. You are playing as this like gardener for hire. The owner of this mansion goes out of town. You're like, hey, while I'm gone, do these things, trim the hedges, water the plants, blah, 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 blah. And you're checking out the neighborhood around you as you're doing this. And there's the like, make sure you're in bed by this time because things might happen. The first day in, you have this like random, like, interesting. That thing wasn't there before, but like, dude pops in the window like, oh my God, the fuck is this? Like you have these little jump scare moments of like, what could possibly be happening in this world and why is it now attacking me? And there's umpteen endings. There's a bunch of endings, and depending on which missions or actions you take part in will give you this ending, and then you start over in like a not so much a roguelike way, and it's the weird thing of like kind of time loopy, but not like, oh, I didn't die and then restart like I remember that time. It is more of a all right, so I get off the bus, I walk in, I go to the house, I do the thing I'm supposed to do, and then what do I do next? I'm going to go take care of this instead of this. I clean up the whole garden, but then there's the church. If I go in the church, oh, it led me to this dark room. Like there's different paths and things to accomplish. I think this one is a cool afternoon. I remember when I sat down to play, I got a bunch of the endings, and there's someone like, I'm not sure how to get this, and now it might be different. I could not find like a guide of like, hey, these are the endings you're missing. Because it was such a niche game. Like there wasn't like the Game Informer like, hey, here's all 19 endings of Grunn. And I'm like, okay, cool. These are the ones I missed. Let me try and not see what the ending is, but how to initiate it so I can progress through it. And I still haven't gotten all the endings yet because I haven't got a chance to go back. And I'm hoping now this game has a guide to tell me which ones I missed. But yeah, the visual style, I think there's a simplicity to it that I think makes it almost scarier. When like you see some things just pop out of nowhere, because it does. I don't even say like it's like a PS2 visual style. It's just a very simple style that is like when something happens, you're just kind of not ready for it, and I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, this game was made by the Sock Pop Collective, and I do really like they make tinier experiences.
Yeah.
And I really need to get into this one because I haven't played it yet. But I played Stacklands, which they created as well, which was a really cool game.
Cool.
So I can imagine this to be like another game where nothing is as entirely as you expect it to be. But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, very dope. Love Grunn. Just ask an indie content creator. They like Grunn.
I
Play some Grunn
so.
Yeah. Timestamp. Tofr, you're on to we're on your last one. Oh my goodness.
Yes, and it's one I've mentioned plenty of times already this year, so I can be pretty short about it, but I have to mention it, seeing how many hours I've already put into this.
Yeah,
it's R.E.P.O. It's the friend slob horror game. It's just the best time. You and your robot friends going out to collect things for the tax man. It's such a blast. It's the first time I get to really experience playing something with friends in that way. Yeah. Like meeting up on weeknights just to play this game. It's so funny. The tiny robots are just adorable. The monsters are pretty interesting, and I'm really curious to see which new monsters they'll unleash with the new update coming this Friday. But yeah, it's such a blast. I haven't had this much fun playing something with friends in a way that I have with this. The proximity chat is hilarious. Some of the monsters can be a bit annoying. Others can be a bit scary. But it's like this game manages to be just scary enough and not scary enough at the same time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you can get scared with some of the monsters coming at you, but it's not like it's not the jump scare factor here that works. It's just more of a mood kind of thing that makes this a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what puts it above something like Lethal Company for me.
Yeah.
Lethal Company is more on the scary side. This is like the perfect balance between funny and scary.
Yeah. I love R.E.P.O so much. It's the friend slap game that I find us going back to the most. I think my Polycule, all big fans of this one, as we're like continue to see like, you know, it's not a rivals night. We're gonna do some R.E.P.O, or like friends finish up a game early on stream. We're not quite ready to end. We're gonna hop on R.E.P.O if anyone wants to join. I think the game is just, it's weird because I had to explain to someone like what a roguelike was. I'm like, what's a game that I think you would get? And I'm like, oh, so a roguelike is, oh, you play R.E.P.O. You totally get what a roguelike is. You go in, you do the thing, you die, you start over, right? Like, I think getting to see people who are not necessarily into roguelikes, but are into R.E.P.O, and then find like, oh, a roguelike is this. I think I could see more things like that. Or like anytime I see a friend slap game on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, I send it to them. Or I'm like, hey, this is another one we could probably check out. You know, there's a fuck ton of them. Yap Yap is one we talked about last week on the podcast for Steam Next Fest, which I think might not hit and grab like R.E.P.O does if they continue to just keep adding content, new maps, new monsters, new everything. Like, I'm cool to just keep cycling back into R.E.P.O every so often. But yeah, R.E.P.O just is fun. It's a good one. And it's early access or not?
It is.
It is. Okay, cool. This is the thing where like we get to the game of the year, we're like, early access, not early access. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. R.E.P.O is so fucking fun. I kind of want to play some R.E.P.O now.
By the way, but you mentioned Yap Yap. I just want to mention that it's hilarious that Updog is a thing in that game.
It was so fun. I'd say if you guys haven't seen last week's episode, would recommend. But yeah, when we were playing Yap Yap, I didn't realize Mal didn't like believe me because I'm just saying the spells. I'm like Updog, and then flew up into the air. And then after I kept doing like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm like, what? Oh no, I'm not trying to get you. That's here. Take the wand. That's the name of the spell. And then it was broken for them. So they'd go up dog, and the tornado happened, but it wouldn't lift them up. So I'm like, Gaze being goofy, and then reset, redid it, and all worked out fine. But yeah, it was very funny to like not even think about it. Where I'm like, oh, I know it's a bit, but I'm just playing the game, I'm not trying to get anybody. So Mal's like, you're not gonna get me. I'm like, not actually trying. That's funny though. That is very funny. Up dog. Yeah, it was gonna be fun. I'm excited if that's like a 1 week, a 1 month, like everyone's into it, we're doing the damn thing, and then just fall back into R.E.P.O or whatever catches at the time. But yeah, I like friend slaps. I think someone on Instagram, it might even been YouTube, tried to like correct me when I talked about Yap Yap. I was like, oh yeah, a new friend slap game coming out. Someone's like, they're not called friend slaps, they're called lethal likes. I'm like, oh cool, 6 one way, half a dozen the other. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's the same shit. Relax.
Lethal likes, that's a terrible name.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, I get it, but also I don't, I think friend slap is befitting of what the community has called it. And even though it sounds somewhat derogatory of like, oh, slop, I think it's the proximity chat games where you and your friends are doing a task and repeating the task and dying and then starting over. Yeah, that's what it is. So
yeah,
good times.
Good times indeed.
But yeah, that updates this weekend. I don't know when I'll get a chance to try it because we were supposed to stream it and then we're doing the Robert game instead. So maybe stream in the future. Maybe Extra Life will do some.
Oh, maybe.
See, people should be bringing their computer so we get a little setup,
Nice.
Yeah, but let me see. Do this. I pull up a couple of trailers here. Stick with me. Timestamp. So if I'm on my last horror game here, and this is actually a really unique one that I'm not in love with the franchise, but I'm in love with their existence, if that makes sense.
Okay.
There was a night we were trying to find something spooky to play. This is probably last year on stream. And one of my mods, Rennick, was like, hey, you should check out Fears to Fathom. And I'm like, what is that? They're like, it's like an anthology series. Each game's like $3 to $5 or something like that. And they're these, first one's maybe like an hour. Some go like 2 to 3. They get longer as the newer ones come out. I don't know if there's another one in the pipeline or anything. But they are just like mini horror stories that take place in your existing as whatever character is thrown into this position, right?
Okay.
I am not in a recent spot where I've played them to be like, oh, this one had this character and this thing was this. I remember plot points and things, so I'm going to probably totally jumble these together. But they're all first-person experience. There's one where it's like a fire watchtower, where things are happening around you. You're trying to lock the door and people are trying to come in and get you, but you're not entirely sure who's out here doing the thing. Very Firewatch in a like more lower budget mode and scarier. There's Home Alone, which I think is the first one where you were like in the house alone and someone's trying to get in and ring the doorbell and you're getting text or phone calls, but this isn't what mom would normally say. This is weird. There's another one where you go on a vacation to an Airbnb and your friend's supposed to meet you there, but they get lost in the storm. So you're staying alone for a while. You call in the owner and the owner's like, oh, I can fix this thing for you. Days later, you get a text from the owner like, hey, I haven't spoken to you since you moved in. You're like, huh? Well, that's weird. Then who was here the other day? And, you know, there's all these different like stories that they tell. Some are a lot more like, I'm going to read the text on my phone and like, what is happening in my head as I'm trying to figure out the narrative beats that are taking place. Some are a lot more like interactive. Like I think there's one with like a crazy ex-girlfriend that comes to your house and you're like hiding throughout the house and waiting for them to pass and distract them in this room so I can go out that way. And like, there's 5 different episodes, I believe. Let me see if I can pull up this Steam. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there's 5.
Yeah, because there's Ironbark Lookout. There's Woodbury Getaway, Carson House, Norwood Hitchhike, and then Home Alone. Yeah, and then Home Alone is free to play, so you can get that one for free. And right now, the rest price were different than I thought. They're on sale at the moment. The first 2 are typically $5. The 2 newest ones are typically $10. I enjoy these as they continue to come out. Like I'm not necessarily tracking them, but as my mods are like, hey, the new Fears of Fathom came out, I'm like, cool, let's grab that quick and let's play through it because I think they're fun. There are some I've enjoyed less. I'm like, this one wasn't quite like what I wanted it to be. I think the narrative was a little meh, but like this one was really fun. I enjoyed it. Some have gameplay elements that I don't particularly love, and that's just more of like I say this again as I'm watching Black Mirror, where like I'm on season 3 and I just watch or have started 3 episodes that are just not hitting for me, where I'm like, I am not interested in these characters. I'm not interested in what's happening. Like, and a friend told me like, it's interesting because this is one of the, like the fans' favorite ones. There's currently one that I'm watching that's like, it's a young lesbian couple that meet at like a club and their relationship is tethered through time and space and some shit. And like the first 20-30 minutes are just not grabbing me. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm invested in here. And it's like, I guess it's the love story and the craziness of it, but like, it's not grabbing me. So I moved on. And then there was another one. It's like, oh, this politician gets a cake that just says, fuck yourself. And you're like, oh, cool. Why? What happened? I'm sure that you'll reveal that to me. But now we're like 15, 20 minutes in. I just don't care. Like I think season 3 is like, but then there's one where it's like AR, like this dude gets, it's Russell Wyatt who plays fucking dude from Thunderbolts, bad Captain America, who I always want to call Iron Patriot. And that's not his fucking name. Fucking guy. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know the name.
Yeah. I can never remember. I always want to go Iron Patriot. I'm like, it's fucking Rhodey. Anyway, bad Captain America.
Isn't it US something?
US agent?
Something like
US
that.
agent? Yeah, let's go with US agent. I think that's right. Yeah, him, the actor, is in this episode where it's like, hey, you like video games. If we put a microchip in you and you get to play whack-a-mole, like, oh, this is cool. It's like, not all there. It's AR. But he's like, but we have a bigger thing if you want to try it. And then like the horror shit comes to life. And now I'm talking more about Black Mirror. But like that episode is exciting. So they're the ones I'm like, I enjoyed this one. I didn't enjoy this one. I know that's a different thing to do when you're buying games. You're paying $5 to $10 for a game that if you hate it, you're like, that's unfortunate. I wasted money, but I'm excited to continue to play these and like what new story they're going to tell, what new event is going to take place. A lot of them are like, oh, we're in a house doing a thing. What's going to happen? Who knows? Something scary. But I think Fierce Fathom is a fun series. Again, there's 5 games right now. You're probably getting a good, between all 5 chapters, somewhere between 8 and 9 hours of gameplay, depending how fast you like. Okay. Like the first one is probably like an hour, 2 and 3 are probably like 2 to 3 hours. I think it took me like 4 hours to beat some of the newer ones, but they're getting bigger and longer and different shit's happening. So, I do like Fears to Fathom. So thank you, Rennick. We'll keep trying to play this as they happen.
Nice.
Yeah, timestamp. But Tofr, those are hard games. Those are the best hard games in the world.
They sure are.
They are. Yeah,
Forget about Silent Hill or Resident Evil or any of that.
That noise don't even bother me, dude. This FNAF security breach, throw that shit in the trash, man.
Who cares?
Don't even mention it. Fucking Poppy Playtime. I told you that shit trash. Fucking no. No, like I said, horror is just not my genre. Like, it's not one that I would typically not dive in unless it's for content. So like, these are the type of games I think, even if I wasn't making content, like I did enjoy these. And that's kind of, what I was picking from as I was going through for this list. So, yeah, horror. Happy Halloween, everybody. But now that shit's out the way, we can talk about some real games, Tofr. We can talk about some real games. Tofr, you and I, we're going to start with the big one. I'm excited. You and I have both been playing Dispatch. The first 2 episodes dropped last week. As of recording, episodes 3 and 4 come out tomorrow. Up front, you'll see my VOD in the background. How are you feeling about Dispatch so far?
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
The like everything I used to love about like the Telltale games and stuff like that is here.
Yeah.
I am super impressed by the production values on show. Like, the animation is so slick. The voice acting is on point. The writing is just perfect. I'm a big fan of what they're doing with this game.
Absolutely. I was so gassed for this. You played the demo during a Next Fest and we talked about it a couple times. As the weeks were building up, like, I did my, hey, here's what's coming out in October video. And I'm like, fucking Dispatch is right there. I can't wait. So then Wednesday when it came out, I'm like, I can't stream it today. I can't stream it tomorrow. Saturday, we're going to take the day to stream these first 2 chapters. And I'm so gassed. I loved what I got to play. It was so funny. So many of the moments, like, I put a TikTok out of like the thing when I misunderstand what the dialogue is and I want it to be this, but this happens instead. Happens so many times in the way that I love, where I'm like, cool. It maybe not fucked me over, but like the decision I made was not what I thought I was making. But it was still like a great moment narratively. I'm loving the characters as I'm meeting like who I'm in charge of in this game, which villains are causing us problems, which heroes are gonna be villains. I'm not entirely sure, but some of you are getting vibes, but obviously the misdirect of like who actually is the bad guy. I don't really know yet. Yeah, I'm in love so far, and we still have 6 episodes to go. I will say I was a little taken aback by how short the episodes were. Not that they're short. I think they're like an hour and a half, and with 8 episodes total, totally get it. I guess I like was going to stream it Thursday with like, oh, but I'll have my game tonight, so I won't have time. So I'll just do a long stream on Saturday, so we could do like 5 to 6 hours of like 2 chapters. It was like, oh, it took me like an hour, like 2.5 hours to beat both chapters. So I'm like, okay, so I guess they'll get longer as we go. Hopefully, I don't want a shortage of this. I'm very much enjoying these characters in this world, so give me as much Dispatch as they can.
Yeah, I do wonder, like, depending on some choices that I've made in dialogue, if there is a way to make episodes longer or not.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to replay the first 2 episodes yet.
Sure.
I just did my initial playthrough. But yeah, it would be cool if the episodes were a bit longer, but then again, if all episodes are released and we have like 12 to 15 hours of gameplay, that would be cool.
Yeah. It's I'm here for it, man. I like I've been explaining, like, this is the team that worked at Telltale working on a new experience, and this is their first game as ad hoc, which already feels so polished, and like I'm prepared for it to be not lesser than, but shorter. Be like, oh, we're building up, what is this going to look like? And if there is, having 6 episodes to go, not knowing this is all going to end, like, what does Dispatch 2 look like, right? Or what does their next game look like? I've said, you mentioned already, there are the Telltale isms of it, like, oh, this is a Telltale game, but there's a lot of the, like, we'll say cringe stuff that is not there. Like, if you think about, like, Telltale's Walking Dead, where, like, someone says something and there's the pause of Lee going, like, you're like, okay, they don't do that. Like, there's not the weird pauses. I think they do a good job of, like, we fill it with dialogue, which seems to be, like, preparing itself. Like, one of the first dialogue options you have, you roll up to what you think is the bad guy, and you get to pick the option of, like, oh, you have that on tape so I can watch it back later? Or, like, the main character says something that seems to be like, oh, this was prepared to be whatever dialogue option you pick. So it isn't just me sitting here going, the countdown's going. It's 3 people for 8 seconds staring at each other like, what am I going to pick? What am I going to pick? So it all feels really polished and like what a modern Telltale game will feel like, assuming we ever get Wolf Among Us 2 and what that could ever actually look like. But yeah, these first 2 chapters have been just like so exciting for me. Chat was... most of my chat was watching. We streamed it on TikTok as well, and I think I had a big audience of people who already watched. They're like, what is this game? Like, Ad Hoc's new Dispatch. It's out now. First 2 episodes for the next 3 weeks. And people are like, oh, you pick this? Yikes. Like, the first decision I made that I thought was like the wrong one is at the press conference, right? Where everyone's like, hey, you got taken out and blah, 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 blah. Like, what's your response to that? And like the final guy's like, so you're a little baby back bitch. You didn't do the thing right. What's that? What's that like for you? And I think you can like walk away. You could do something. And then there's like attack, which I'm like, oh, like verbally, like you're an old little bitch, you little sucky man. No, quite literally it was to go attack him. So you leave the stage and start beating the shit out of him. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I thought it meant at all. And chat's like, why would you pick that? I'm like, I thought it was verbal. I thought it was a verbal attack. I didn't know. But it was great getting to watch the shit. Yeah, this is me. You video watchers. You're watching me like, yeah, attack. This will be great. And I'm like, yeah, let's tell him off. Uh-oh. Guys. Oh, no, I made a mistake. What am I going to do? Sorry, he's all the time. Headbutts and just starts beating the shit out of him. Like, damn it. Oh, no. Guys, I'm so sorry.
On live television.
Oh, no, I got in trouble. But yeah, like the cast, listen, fucking Blonde Blazer. Mwah. What a baddie. What a hottie. Yep. I'm afraid she's the villain. I don't know yet, but I got the itch. I got the feeling.
Really interesting.
I do. And I think it's not that she has done anything that makes you think she's the villain, but it's the fact that she has not done anything that makes you think she's the villain. That makes me think she's the villain, you know?
Okay.
That's so bad. Cause like end of chapter 2, there is the like, that guy's the villain. I'm like, that can't be right. That's too on the nose. You can't tell me that's the villain. Yeah. So, speaking of villains, like the team you're working with is you're on like Team Z, which is like a collection of villains turned hero, right? But they're all like troublesome. Their stats aren't great. They cause problems. Like when you start to do the actual dispatch work of setting out heroes, who's going to go where because he's stronger or more agile or good with charisma, you go to pick which characters you send out. And at one point, Flambe here, the fire-looking Namor dude, rolls out and is just like, hey, you're going off track. Where are you going? Don't worry about me. I'm fine. All of a sudden, like, hey, there's a fire downtown. What did you do? Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. And you get to choose, like, who do you want to send to go fix that fire, right? And I sent the Clayface dude, Golem, who is voiced by Young Gravy, right? Also amazing cast in this game. But yeah, Young Gravy is just like, yeah, I'll go put the fire out. And then there's like a not even a mini game. They show like, here's the stats you need. Here's what you've picked as far as your team goes. And then there's like a reticle that's like, okay, you're within the area and you passed and you failed and you didn't quite get it. You were close, but you didn't do the right thing. And I enjoy that a lot. I want to like rerun some of them to be like, okay, I think I picked the wrong character for this, which means I didn't have them for the next thing I needed. So let's try that again and get a better score. I think I only missed like 1 or 2 on the first real one, not the tutorial. But the tutorial was brutal, Tofr. Tutorial was bad for me because I was testing it. I was like, okay, this is how it works. And they like, here's also, man, staring at her respectfully and disrespectfully at the same time. But yeah, you get like 1 spot or 2 spots or 4 spots to set out heroes. And depending on how many stats you're combining, it'll be, oh, cool, this worked really well. And as I'm doing this, chat's like, you don't have to send more than 1. I'm like, yeah, but they give me spots. I might as well try it, right? Let's give it a shot. And then in tutorial, because I was sending 2 people out, when they're like, oh, there's a cat stuck in a tree, I'm like, oh shit, I sent all my mobile people. Now like I have nothing to do. So I had to send people who couldn't do the job or let the timer run out, hoping that the person who did have mobility would recharge fast enough. So when I did the like, you and umpteen% of other people completed a thing, like it was me and 0% of other people like barely passed the test. And I was like, oh, interesting. It looks like the stats aren't working. And chat's like, actually, I think you're the first person to do bad. I'm like, you can't do that. No, I can't be the first person to be bad at this. This is terrible. Yeah, fuck. What an adventure though. I'm having such a good time. I'm sitting here itching because like I know the episodes will be out tomorrow and I'm going to want to play them. But I'm like, Thursday I play episodes 3 and 4. It'll be fine. It'll be great. But man, what a time.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the voice cast and they really do an excellent job. Like It's it's almost like a TV show that's just been gamified.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like the production levels here are insane, especially for like a debut game from a team.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not their first game that they've ever created, but it's the first
Sure.
one that they've created by themselves. And
Yeah.
to get like people like Aaron Paul and Laura Bailey in, to make the visuals pop off the screen like this, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is
Huge fan. For video watches, this is the tutorial one that I floundered by picking too many of the wrong people. But this is basically just the Critical Role cast on the screen. I don't know who plays Pom Pom. I didn't quite catch a voice. But like Phenomenon is Travis Willingham. Sweet Talker is Sam Riegel. Brick House is Marisha Ray. I believe Brain Book is Ashley Johnson. I don't think I remember who did Equilibrium. But like this is the tutorial that I was like, let's send 5 people. Not too much. Oops, I messed up. But yeah, like the game is between the telltale narrative. I'm picking dialogue options, cutscenes, and then the dispatch part where you get the screen of someone called in for help. Click the thing. I'm gonna send Malevola here because you're super strong. Or oh, this one requires stealth. I'm gonna send Invisigal because if she goes alone, she gets a boost. And that's another thing. I like the character stats and abilities that happen. Right now, my favorite is Sonar because I do like working around that. So Sonar, big Batman. Quite literally like a bat, who is played by Moist Critical. And the whole thing is every time you send him out to a task, he changes forms. So you send him out as like base Sonar, which is just a human with a bat head. And he has high, I think it's intelligence and charisma. And then when he finishes that task, he comes back and rests and then turns into like demon bat mode where he has strong, offense and defense. So like the whole thing is I want to send him out here to blah, 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 talk your way out of it. And then when he comes back and recharges, oh, there's a building that's fallen down. I need someone strong. Let me send him there instead. So that when he comes back, he's intelligent again. So I've been working at, let me build his intelligence charisma so I can kind of swap him accordingly. But I won't know how well it plays out until the next chapter where I can send him out again and see how like, what the cases are. Yeah, like I said, Invisigal, like you send her alone, she gets a buff. I think she gets an additional point in something or whatever. Everyone has different perks and traits and what they do. I think when you finish it, they show you like, this is the character you use the most. Mine was Prism because she really good at talking shit. Do you remember who yours was? They were like, oh, use this person the most?
No, I don't remember.
Damn, Tofr. I thought you'd love these guys like a family.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
By the way, I just need the quick bathroom break, but keep going. I'll be listening.
So your thing.
Keep going.
But yeah, I fell in love in chapter 1 with like, okay, this is what the gameplay is going to be. And then this is another case of me like talking with chat and watching them experience like the choices I make, like which ones are right, which ones are wrong. And like inherently, yes, there are wrong and right answers as you continue to go. Some will do the good thing, some will do the bad thing. But like it is, what story are you going to tell with your version of Robert Robertson or Mecha Man? His whole thing is he's out to fight. Big villain killed his dad. You go to fight the villain. Oops, that didn't go as planned. You get like blown up in your mech suit, which now no longer works. But then you end up working at this dispatch center. We're like, hey, we need someone to run this dispatch center and send heroes out. While you do that, we will fix your mech. And you're also kind of this like underrated hero of like, I don't have any powers. I don't do anything. I just have a robot. And people tend to like misjudge you for that. Like, oh, you're not a real hero. You can't do anything. Like there's moments you have with Invisigal, who's played like Laura Bailey, as you're like fighting back and forth of like, you're a bad person because you've done this. You're like, well, you're just a shitty person. You're not a real hero. Like I'm more of a hero than you'll ever be. And that turns into whatever fighting is. And the chapter kind of ends, not so much of a spoiler, but you're in the spot of like, all right, I'm going to do this dispatch. I'm here to help out, but I need the team to listen to me. And if they don't respect me and if they're not showing me, like this shit's not going to happen. So it's very interesting to watch what the characters look like so far, because most of them we've only talked to through like a walkie-talkie, right? Like I think we've seen Sonar in the room. We've seen Invisigal in the room. I think the rest of the teams and Flambe, everyone else has been like, yeah, it's me on comms. What's going on? How you doing? So watching them evolve in the coming episodes and how they're going to interact with me and how like, if my choice from the first game changed the way they act or do whatever. And then the romance with, Blonde Blazer. Blonde Blazer. Blazer Blonde? Blonde Blazer. Whichever.
Blonde Blazer, yeah.
super fucking hot. God damn. And listen, when they
I
were
also
like,
love
kiss?
the- I also love that scene with Sonar after you've dispatched him.
Yeah.
When they're back at the headquarters, and then he's making coffee, I think.
I think he's either making coffee or making something in the microwave. Yeah, he's in the kitchen in like the break room making something. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just screaming.
Why is he screaming? It's Sonar. It's like, yeah, I get that. Just, yeah, it's great. And then like right after that, as we have the Invisigal conversation I was talking about, and you go to buy Twinkies, and as you're like, every time you go to like open it, he like, and you just squish them, and then at the end you're knocked out on the floor. He's like, "You gonna finish those Twinks?" It's like, that's not. Yeah, just fucking take them. And he's like, okay. And he's like, Sonar currently is my favorite character that we get to dispatch. Malevolent is also super hot, so I can't wait to see more of her. But like, I think there's a strong cast here. I think they put out a trailer for episodes 3 and 4, and there's the like, somebody's got to go by the end of this week. I'm like, oh, do I actually have to like get rid of someone? Is it going to be like whoever I have with the lowest stats, or I use the least, like the most useless one? Is that going to play in later of like in episode 7 they come back as part of the villain team, or like what that's going to look like? It's just a matter of waiting the weeks to play, or it's just like, nah, psych, we believe in this team. Or there might be a way of like, nah, everyone's strong enough that we get to keep everyone, or if we do lose someone, like what does that entail for future episodes? So yeah, Dispatch is sick. I'm having such a great time with it. Gas for more episodes.
Absolutely. This might sneak into my top 10 for like
honestly
games of the year. If it keeps going this way.
We got time because we'll have, let me see, because the last episode, so we have the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th of November should be the last 2 episodes. So we'll still have like a good month and a half ish before like game of the year, like formal conversations take place. So yeah, good times.
Absolutely.
Ha ha ha! Timestamp. Excuse me. Had to get that out. Tofr, you play. Actually, let's see.
Maybe do one of yours first, and then I can do mine, and then you
can
finish with the other one.
Let me talk about the one I liked first.
Okay.
Tofr. Shh. Sorry, so where I think where the audio is playing, and they won't hear it anyway. It was me watching a video and hearing Marvel Rivals. It was like Squirrel Stampede,
no.
And this is what happens indeed. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. But I have been playing Slots and Daggers. I have beaten Slots and Daggers. I love Slots and Daggers so much. It's so addicting. It's so much fun. So I played the demo a lot during Next Fest. It was one of the demos. I'm like, I need to put this down or I won't play other demos. And I got into the 3rd area within the demo. And then once I got a key for it, by the way. Thank you so much for the copy through Press Engine. It just scratches the itch, man. It just does everything. And I just got this build on my maybe 5th run since getting the full release that just fucking clocked everything. Nice. And let me try and find how this shit works for me, because it was really fucking good. So there is the slingshot. I talked about this when I did the demo preview. There's a slingshot, which is an item you get. Actually, before we even talk about the loadout, for anyone who's like, what's Slots and Daggers? It is a roguelike where you are trying to beat monsters by using a slot machine. And on the slot machine are different items that you buy, and depending what you roll, there might be a mini game that goes with it. It might just do direct damage. It might do damage based on another stat you have. It might re-roll something, etc. There's all these different things that'll take place. So like, for example, there's a heart item you can pick up. Anytime you land a crit, you will re-roll that wheel. So it might re-roll the same item, so you can try and get a crit again. I've gotten up to 6 times I've re-rolled an item and gotten an attack or something to take place. That's always super great because you get just more damage in a turn. The build that I had was, there's a thing called the Ancestral Axe, which does damage equal to how much shield you have. And then I got the big shield, which by the time I upgraded it, just gave me a full shield bar. So what I would do is I have 5 roulettes, like 5 roulette wheels, which I had bought in like 2 or 3 in the demo. So I grinded out, got the money, and bought the 5th wheel. So I just had them all by the time I had the full game. The Ancestral Axe would do the damage. And then I also had a like ×2 item, which isn't ×2 damage. It is re-rolled the last 2 wheels. So like if I would roll the 5 wheels and that 5th slot was the ×2, it would re-roll wheels 3 and 4. And if one of those would re-roll a ×2, then it would re-roll 1 and 2. Or if it was 4, 2 and 3, right? So like there would be runs where I would get, I'm gonna see if I have the fucking, I clipped it, and there's one that's fucking disgusting, man. It's just over and over again. This might be here. But like I get to the final floor. Actually, it's probably before this. Guys, I'm just so enamored. It's so good. But yeah, like here, I ended up getting money. So I got the money bag, which was giving me anywhere between, I think, like 5 or 8 coins every turn that I, like every time I rolled one. I got a bomb that did a certain amount of damage, but every time it blew up, it did increase +7 physical damage or something like that. I had the healing, which when I got a critical would re-roll. And then, yeah, you see the ×2, which would do that. And I had an item where if I spent $15, I could just re-roll the whole thing and basically get a second turn. So then I spin it, and then I go, and then the 2 goes and re-rolls everything. So I had a whole turn here that just was re-roll a bunch of times, and then just retake my turn, and then a bunch of re-rolls. So it is the, like, I had this great build that got me from, like, World 3 to, like, World, I think it's, like, 15 World or something like that. Maybe it's, like, 10 Worlds, somewhere in that ballpark. But I sat there on a call with my buddy Chris, who was playing Ball Pit, and I was like, I kind of want to play Ball Pit. Let me die in this run. I'm going to switch to Ball Pit. And then I couldn't die, Tofr. I couldn't fucking die. I kept winning over and over again. And I loved it. And Chris was like, yo, I'm Ball Pit yet? I'm like, I'm not. I'm still winning, brother. I'm still doing it. And then I got to, they're like, you've reached the final floor. I'm like, Chris, I think I'm about to beat this game. So I think the press email was like 4 to 8 hours to beat with the time I put in the demo. And then what I put into here. There's still so many items I didn't unlock. Because I think like you unlock them as you die. But I went through like 7 areas without dying. So I figured by the end, it was like, oh, you've completed this area, passed through it. You unlocked items A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but I didn't get those. So I'm wondering if I have to like go in then, like pick this area and just kind of throw so I can get the items I'm missing or what that looks like. Because I did complete the game and not get new items. And I have like a grid of just like, oh, you're missing these like 10 things. Like, I need new stuff. I need to see what else this game offers me. But, yeah, like as I'm sitting here looking at what my build was, let me run it back here. Like I had the slingshots, the money bag, the axe, the ×2. I had this ring, which I think just increases my healing by like 10%, but you can upgrade that. I had vampirism, so every time I did physical damage, I would heal like a certain percentage of that. The redo a turn, the reroll crits, increase my physical damage, increase my max health. Yeah, it's so much fucking fun. It's so much fun. Like
I can imagine.
It's an itch. I'm trying to figure out now. Like I made the joke that I'm just gonna have like a Balatro like section of my game of the year where I put Ball Pit and Slots and Daggers and Clover Pit all in one spot. But like right now, I'm kind of deciding like, do I have both Ball Pit and Slots and Daggers in my top 10? Do I have to pick one to be like they're not the same game, but like one I like more than the other? It's tough. But like Slots and Daggers is so good, so much fucking fun.
I'm still amazed that this is by the same developer who made Summer House.
Summer House, yeah, dude. It's crazy work. It's like you can't pigeonhole devs. Sometimes you do because you're like, hey, make more of that. Like, come on, guys, make more Shovel Knight. You know where we at? But no, totally. Like, I think this is great. I don't know that I necessarily want a Slots and Daggers too. Maybe just more content to this, more worlds, more items, whatever. Like, hit me up. If we end up doing like a Friends of Jimbo kind of deal here of like, oh, we get fucking Cuphead gets added to the wheel. You get the fucking pea shooter, you know, whatever that kind of crazy crossover could look like. I think it'd be very fun.
I can imagine. I bought the game because I want to give it a try. But then I started playing Ball Pit and then...
Yep, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah.
I talked Ball Pit last week and I played a little bit more, but I haven't beaten the game yet or have too much more to say outside of it's addicting, super fun. I want to play more Ball Pit. But yeah, Slots and Daggers, great. So much fun.
Nice.
So much fun. But that's what I got on Slots and Daggers. It means Tofr, it's on to you to talk about, I think it's my uncle from Spirit Fair. What's up?
It's not Atuel, it's called Atuel.
Oh, I was confused. Go ahead. Atuel, what is this?
It's an award-winning surrealist documentary game.
Okay.
Where you, it's basically a game about what the Atuel River means to the Argentinian people.
Okay.
And it's more of an experience really than a video game because you basically just press to move forward first as the river itself, but then later on as animals or even as a cloud that has to rain on things. While you do that, you listen to interviews with real people about what the river means to them, how there is much more to it than it just being a body of water. You do this while playing through a beautifully realized world. Like, they recreated the river in this game, but it looks stunning, I think. And yeah, that's basically all it is. It took me 20 minutes to beat, so it's not like there's a whole lot more I can say about it. But it's a really cool experience. It makes you think about the way that we treat nature.
Yeah.
How we forget how important nature is to us. And it's really well done. That's basically all I can say about it. Also,
Nice.
It's free, so if you want to experience it, just go for it. It released back in June, but yeah, I really recommend it. If you have any thirst for knowledge, if you're interested in nature and different cultures, then this is definitely going to be up your alley.
It's pretty. I can't say as well that I'm driven to play. This seems like if someone just did like the Atuel, the movie, and just did their playthrough on YouTube where I could just absorb it, you know. But it's also free, so I guess at that point do you click to progress, or is it really just like I pull the game up and it goes? Because if at that point it is just watching the movie, like, do I play anything?
You have to move the river forward. Like in the footage that you're seeing now, you have to press W to keep moving forward. There are a couple of moments where you interact with the game a bit more. Like at certain times, you can see you play as fish, and then you can jump out of the water. When you're a cloud, you can move up and down and make it rain through some button presses. But yeah, interaction is slightly limited.
Okay. Bet. It sounds cool. I do love the visuals.
Yeah. If you want to watch it, the footage I sent to you for this episode is the entire game. So,
I mean, I get the private showing. You guys got to go download and play. But yeah, I get the full shit. Bet. No, it looks cool. I like the idea of this, especially being like interviews and stuff that you're kind of listening to as you're just, I guess, pressing forward. But cool. It's one of those like unique type of indie experiences, I think, that won't like blow up in the world and be like, yes, I need to experience. Excuse me. Long week, team. A lot of dice rolling. That'll be like, everyone's got to play this one. But I could see it as like a Games for Impact nominee, right? And being like, oh, no one heard of this one. Let's check it out before, voting and everything. So, damn. Cool. I like this.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
I had a fun time with it. It's, like I said, it took me 20 minutes to beat, but it was interesting, like hearing these people talk about how nature affects their daily lives, how they see this body of water as like a living, breathing thing, and how they treat it differently because of that.
Okay. Aw. We do like nature. We gotta take better care of nature, team. All right? Hear me?
Yeah.
Go outside. Use your Steam Deck in the woods. Just be careful that fan doesn't set everything on fire. All right. Dope. Yeah, you guys check out Atuel.
Atuel, yeah.
Atuel. Atuel. It's on Steam. You said it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Give it a shot, team. Timestamp. Tofr. I got one more demo to talk about. Man, I want to like this game.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
I got an email a couple months back about an upcoming game called Bruma. I believe Bruma is how you pronounce it. It's a silent game, so I didn't get to hear like someone pronounce it. But it is a platformer. I'm gonna go with Metroidvania, where you're playing as a cat, and you're kind of like adopted by this older woman. I can't quite tell if it is an actual family abandonment thing or if it is more on the like Alzheimer's, dementia, not sure where everybody is type of thing. Indie games do that. So very vague where we're at right now. I got to a point in the demo where I was like enjoying what the game was offering me, but it was not executed well. And I just had to turn it off. I couldn't see this thing through to the end. I wasn't in love enough with the things that were given to me to want to power through the things that were broken. To start, like the things I like, this game is beautiful. I love the visual style. It's this painterly, I hesitate to say collage style thing. But yeah, video watchers, you can see just the scenic scapes. It's so pretty, so many greens and autumnal oranges and everything. Outside of that is where I just think everything has so much potential, and right now is just, I'm glad this just says coming or to be announced or something for release date. This is not ready to be out. This game's nowhere near ready to be released. I think the amount of times where like I've gotten a prompt, it's like press Y, where I'm like, okay, I've pressed Y. Did this activate something? Did it open a door? I'm not quite sure, but it just did not function. Like for video watchers, you're seeing this machine. I hit Y like 3 times this thing, and I'm like, oh, I must have activated something in another room. No, it's supposed to turn this device on. It didn't. There's parts later where I'm platforming, and you being able to climb leaves is dependent on you running towards something and then jumping. Otherwise, you don't get a grip. You just kind of hit a wall and fall. So it's very like, oh, this didn't work out the way I wanted it to. There are issues with the camera that I am not a big fan of, where like things are just off screen, but because the camera either zooms in too far or isn't zoomed out enough, like something like that, it's you can't see what's off the screen, so you end up taking damage or dying before you can even see the slow camera pan over to what you need to visualize. It's pretty annoying. Like again, here you're watching me try and climb, but because I didn't run and jump, I couldn't climb. I had quite a few times. Let me take it back here again. There's also these gorgeous cutscenes. Let me find one of them real quick, like here. Beautiful animated cutscenes. Like I enjoy looking at this game a lot. There's a spot, like a point where like a storm or something starts to brew, and you and all these like little robot planters start to head like underground to be safe. I think it looks great, looks fun. But like, let me find one of the fumbles. Is it here? Saving footage. Just for the game broke on me. Yeah, it's part of it. So like, there's a stealth mechanic, right, where you crouch down and you're like, oh, I'm going to go like catch this mouse. The mouse I'm chasing ends up landing on like an item that I can pick up when you attack them. So like, it's telling me to hold B, but also press Y. So I'm like, is this telling me to do double inputs? So I couldn't quite jump. Yeah, here you see like hold B. Okay, cool. He dropped something. I think it's just a prompt that should appear after I defeat the mouse. Now that I've done it, I understand. Now it just feels like a weird polish thing that should be prepared. And then I think this is probably one of the moments. This is where I had to just turn the game off. I went through one of the vents in the game, which just dropped me through the map. And this was like the 5th time it had happened. And like the camera moves up here, and I couldn't pause the game to reset. There's a button like reset the scene and restart. But when I fall through the map, I can't pause to reset. So I have to close the game, relaunch the game. And I'm like, this is so frustrating. There's another one where like I go to climb up a wall. It's somewhere in this section of the game. But like as I go to climb up this wall, I climb too far and I shoot through the ceiling, which throws me into a cutscene. And I was like, oh, cool, I get to check out this cutscene. But then, yeah, right here. Let me find it. Sorry, audio listeners, you're just kind of hearing it. But yeah, I run up the wall. I shoot through the ceiling by accident. And I'm like, oh, is something happening? Am I waiting for something to load? Is the camera being weird again? I can't pause, so I can't fix this. But eventually, the game just kind of snaps me up above to a cutscene that I'm supposed to go to the right, up and around to find.
Okay.
And this is one of those things where as I was exploring, I couldn't tell if I needed to find items and I just wasn't going the right way, or if the game was just not directing me enough to what I needed. Or if, because the game is broken so many times, like here you can see I'm this black silhouette. That's supposed to be a little blue cat, but because I'm not here, it hasn't loaded properly. So it's not, it's not functioning. So I can't do this cutscene. And in a moment it does. So I'm supposed to be in that tunnel there, but I'm not. So you see, you can just see my tippy toes at the top, like, oh, now I'm outside of the map. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And then I just fall infinitely. This is where I could finally pause the game and close it. But yeah, I'm interested in this game. All these things, right? I am still here. I want to play this, but I want to play it in a state where it works. I'm glad they put out a demo to find these things out. And I sat here this afternoon playing before we sat down to record. I'm like, I don't want to shit on the game. I don't. But I could not find enough fun to sit here and be like, hey, I played the thing. It was pretty good. It's just a mess. It's not functional enough for me right now that I'd want to dive back in. Whenever they update it, whenever the game's closer to full release, I would hope and imagine that the game functions better. But again, I just hit the point where I fell through the wall. This shouldn't have happened as many times as it did. I can't progress the game. I don't have the desire to close the game and relaunch it a fourth time today. So
yeah, I
gotta
get
stop.
that.
But
That's a shame because it does look pretty special.
yeah, it's very pretty. I think there's going to be a cool narrative here. Like I said, it seems like it's going to be one of those like sappy ones. There's these like memoria sections where like if you look at a bowl of water, you look back at you as a kitten and you talk to, I think it's Abudina. I can't think of the B or the D or switched to, but like the grandma character. And you can like things you found. It's like, oh, I found a crow. She's like, I do remember there was a crow outside my window once. They say, I think Seba. And I don't know if that's the son, husband, or they might have clarified and I just missed it. But it's a family member, like, but they weren't around. They couldn't save me. But luckily you saved me from the bird, right? And like you would click on different things and they'll tell you like, oh yeah, this is the story, a narrative bit, which might unlock something in the other room, but it might not. And it just seemed like there wasn't enough direction for me at times. And then that final room where I finally ended up, like I fell through the vent and came back down. I was like, yeah, I can't. I don't have enough desire to explore to not find anything and then fall through a wall again. So
You get that.
yeah. And again, it sounds shitty because I'm talking really mad shit about the game, but yeah, it's not in a state. But if anything comes out of it and I'm still excited to see it in a functioning state, that's cool. But yeah, right now I'd be like, if I check out this demo, I'm like, please don't. I wouldn't. I'd hold off for now. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. And that's what we've been playing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, timestamp. Tofr, we're on to the indies releasing this week. You want to blitz through those?
Sure thing. These are the releases for October 30th through to November 5th. On October 30th, we're getting Adrift on PC. A day later, on Halloween evening, we're getting Besmirch for PC, Slot and Dungeons releases on PC, and a Ball releases on PC in early access. On November 3rd, we're getting Tavern Keeper, which releases on PC, and Devil Jam, which also releases on PC. November 4th sees the release of News Tower for PC. 1000 Times Resist is coming to PlayStation and Xbox plus Game Pass, and Outside the Blocks releases for PC. And on November 5th, we're getting Dog Witch releasing on PC, and Plagun?
I think Plagun. I think it's a Plague Gun deal, if I recall from the press emails.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Releases on PC.
Plague. The Plague goes on. Hold on. The Witch Doctor thing. Let me see here. If I can look at the platformer. Trying to remember. It's pretty. I like the visual style. This one shows for mobile. Available now. If you guys want to download it. Yeah. On mobile. I guess what was it listed for Steam is the one we're looking at?
Yeah, it's releasing on Steam on November 5th.
Cool. Double check that these aren't the same game and they just both did a funny name change. Yeah, it looks like the same game. Cool. A plague mutated doctor fights through wave after wave of infected husks in this fast-paced roguelike pixel shooter. Equip cursed mask, wield biomechanical weapons, and mutate your build as you survive a kingdom undone by immortality. Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah,
I dig it. I could say with a bunch of redacteds this week, I can't say anything this week is immediately screaming to me like I gotta check this one out.
I'm in the same spot.
Dungeons.
The only game I want to shout out is like give 1000 Times Resist a chance if you have PlayStation or Xbox.
Say Slots and Daggers has me like I want to peep what Slots and Dungeons is, and it's not quite the same deal, but I do like how vibrant this one looks. It's very, what am I thinking? I keep wanting to go like Puyo, but like it's not really that. But it's vibrant. It's pretty. Look at the fucking frogs. All right, game of the year. Those are cute.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, if any of those games are interesting to you this week, be sure to check them out. Bada bing, bada boom. And we are quickly on to our indie spotlight. We talk about an indie that's either upcoming that you keep on your radar or an underrated indie that you should talk about more. And Tofr, it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
I think this was, hold on, I'm on Steam. What was this? 2023. So this was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think I got a key for this one. I don't know the range in which I have to be like, I got a key before I talk about this game. But But the game I'm talking about is Have a Nice Death. And I remember streaming this one quite a few times. It is a roguelike where you are playing as the Grim Reaper, who I think you went on break for a while and you come back and all your employees are just not working hard enough. So you're like, all right, time to knock them back into business here. So you are going through the different floors of your company and fighting the different bosses to get them back in shape so you can run your death company again. It is very Dead Cells in the way of like you roam to the room, you pick up the upgrades, you upgrade your weapon, your perks, etc. You beat the boss, go to the next area. The characters are all very fun. You play as this cute like little Grim Reaper who gets like super angry mode, and then there's like, oh, look at this guy, the boss is back, and you're like, oh, I'm about to beat your ass for that. It's mostly black and white, but depending on the zone you're in, there's like, oh, splashes of purple or splashes of green or red, and like they highlight different things. I was a huge fan of this one. I think I played it when it was in early access. Then when it hit 1.0, I didn't get a chance to dive back in for like the full release. But man, I had such a great time. And as I was like, let me pull up an indie spotlight. Like, it's a game I used to love. And I saw there's a similar game visually. It's not Trick or Treat. It's something, Spirit Treat. Something like that. But the little character reminds me of the Grim Reaper from this. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I got to give this a shot. So yeah, Have a Nice Death. I think this one's on Steam, Switch, PlayStation, I believe. I want to say Xbox, but at this rate, it seems like Xbox is not available for all these indies.
Have a Nice Death. Is it on Xbox?
Xbox. It is on Xbox. I do see an Xbox page. Have a Nice Death.
Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam.
Sweet. They have teams on all your favorite platforms. Not mobile, but it's all right. You play it on Steam, Switch, PlayStation, or Xbox. Yeah, play Have a Nice Death. If you like roguelikes, you're looking for a new one, give them one a shot.
Nice.
Nice indeed. And Tofr, with that, we're done, homie. That's everything we got. We talked about all the games and all the people and all the horrors and all the news, and we're done here, man. Squad, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Playlog Podcast. If you did, be sure to like the video or leave that 5-star review on audio platforms. As we wrap up here, Tofr, if little stinkly winklies want to find you on the internet, where could they go?
The easiest way is through my link tree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word. And also, of course, I have to plug SoManyGames.co.uk, where I and my lovely colleagues write reviews of indie games on a weekly basis.
Oh yeah, there you have it. Guys, you want to catch me at CGDannyB all over the internet. Typically it's the part where I plug, hey, we're doing Creative Chronicles tonight, but that won't be going on. But I will, probably a couple hours from this video dropping, I will be streaming episodes 3 and 4 of Dispatch, which you can check out on twitch.tv/CGDannyB. And then Friday night on twitch.tv/Captain Robert, we have a D&D game where I get to play Slime Man. And if you want to see that cute little guy just doing slimy things, you're going to want to come catch that. It was raising money to try and get Cujo out for PAX Unplugged, so you guys can get all the fun Instagram selfies that you know you want to see over there. But that is it. Thank you guys so freaking much for hanging out. Love you, cherish you. See you next week for, don't know what we're talking about yet. We'll figure it out. It'll be on there. Mwah. Doodles.